Good day, my name is Constance Entuli and I am from Pretoria. I am a disability advocate for persons with little or no functional speech. Today I want to talk about persons with communication disability being excluded from tertiary education unnecessarily, just because the decision makers have fears or have no knowledge about augmentative and alternative communication, or AAC for short. So, I want to talk about what AAC is and what a student using AAC may need to be included in tertiary education. Before I begin, let me give you a bit of my background story. I was a typically developing girl with a joy for life and I was born with a natural voice. When I was 11 years old, I got ill from a simple sore throat. To this day they do not know what caused the illness. This resulted in a physical disability affecting my entire left-hand side and speech muscles. Losing my speech made me lose a part of myself and I lost hope to see the future that I always had in mind. It also excluded me from being in a mainstream school, which I was rejected because they could not cater to my special needs. I managed to complete my matric in high school, but getting enrolled in college was not easy and it was an awkward situation to convince everyone that I was normal, just that I am nonverbal. So, maybe you are asking yourself, what is AAC? AAC means all of the ways that someone communicates besides our natural speech. Any person with communication difficulties can use AAC if they want to engage and say their say on a daily basis. Many young adults who use AAC have managed to complete secondary education and can read and write and use an electronic device like a phone on which they type their message. For example, I use my cell phone loaded with the software app called Speech Assistant. It is a text-to-speech. I type my message on an on-screen keyboard and then press a button so the device speaks it out loud. The device only speaks English at this stage. There used to be voices in African languages like my home language, but the voices are not compatible with the latest version of Android. Apparently, the developers are working on it. I can save a message that I have typed so that it can easily be ready when I need it. I also use a speaker when I need to amplify the volume for a bigger crowd or in a noisy area. When you communicate with me or someone else who uses AAC, these are things you need to be aware of. 1. We mostly need more time to produce a message. Although we do plan ahead, like we have a few quick response messages typed out on our devices to make it quicker. But we cannot always predict everything that we will need to say. That would anyway be boring. 2. Do not underestimate our understanding. Just because our devices may be programmed to speak may be slow and at times it takes time to type out our say. Sometimes we also only respond with a short message to respect your time, but that does not mean we haven't got a lot more to say. 3. Each AAC user is different. Ask the person respectfully what may help them to communicate with you. Some people like it if you guess what they are trying to say, but others do not. When someone who uses AAC applies to your college, these are some things you can do. Find out how they communicate. Find out from them what they need in the classroom to be able to take part. For example, they may need to have time to type out a message in response to a question. They may need someone to read their response and say it out loud. Or they may need the class to be very quiet for their response to be heard. Problem solve with them if there are challenges like maybe they need an amplifier or speaker. Find out if they need more time to complete written tests or examinations. They may type slowly because of a physical disability. Please realize that we're not asking for tertiaries to change the whole campus, we just need to be included and fit in. It is our right. We have the right to equal education as normal people. This is sad that many persons who are living with disabilities are excluded from most activities, schools, and tertiary education. This causes another person's career and self-esteem to be low due to being turned down or not supported by tertiaries thinking we are a lot of work. But instead, we are not given time consideration that we are capable once given a chance and extra time, and also changes in class. Like where we should be seated in order for our voices to be heard, and we also get noticed in class. I don't think that is a lot of asking from us persons who use AAC. I hope this presentation has given you an understanding of AAC. And I hope you can see that someone using AAC can be a student at tertiaries. The Center for AAC can offer training to anyone who needs to support an AAC user. Thank you.